It is so confusing. Libog yung gayo kung unsa ang gamiton nga tiles for what particular area of the room, what kind of tiles, what kind of use. Murag mo sud ko og tile area sa Cebu Manibelos, maglibog yun ko. So please, guide us. Give us a buyer's guide to tiles. Are you confused with a galaxy of different kinds of tiles, huh? Well, worry no more because today, Sai here is going to give us a guide, a buyer's guide to tiles. Hi, Sai, and thank you so much for doing this. We're actually here at the tiles area, the Centro, they call it here, at the Cebu Home and Builder Center.
Okay, thank you for having us again, Jiggy. Actually, in buying the tiles, simple lang. We have like, in my case, there are 5 S's, no? And the very first of the S is the space. Asa nimo ibutang ang tiles? Is it going to be for the wall? Or is it going to be for the floor? Is it going for the exterior or the interior? Swimming pool? And all. So, let me share with you a few. Like,
S number 1 of the 5 S's. Space. Where do you want to use your tiles? Go ahead.
we have to talk about space because there are really tiles that are not appropriate for the outside. Kung mabasa siya, dali siya maguba. Okay, not for the outdoor. But like, for example, let me just show you an area that is always wet. The swimming pool. So we have 2 kinds of pool tiles, okay? One is like the mosaic type that comes in a chip and that are on a mesh. And we have another one that looks almost the same that comes on a tile form. Swimming pool. Yeah, it can also be used for the comfort room. Okay, CR.
So the second S is
Structure.
structure. What is structure? What do you mean by structure?
The structure refers to the body of the tile. Unsa siya nga klase nga tile? There are 2 kinds of tiles. We call it ceramic and porcelain.
2 types of tiles, ceramic and porcelain. Asa may mas ligo na niya? Onya, which one is for what area of the house? Ang ceramic or porcelain?
Okay. Generally, at home, you can use ceramic because the traffic is lesser. But there are 2 types of ceramics. There is ceramic for the wall and there is ceramic for the floor. Let me share it with you. Like, for example, this tile is designed for the wall, okay? That looks similarly to this, okay?
So this is a tile for the wall.
These are both ceramic, but this tile on the left is only for the wall. We cannot use it for the floor. But this tile on the right can be used in both floor and wall. Now, how are we going to differentiate it? It is quite difficult if you're not familiar with tiles. So the best thing for you to do is to consult any of our merchandisers and showroom assistants.
So you have to know whether the tile is for the wall or for the floor. There are tiles like this one, for example, that are for both floors and walls. But there are tiles nga para ra gyud sa bongbong. Kay butang nimo sa sawag, I imagine it maguba na yun.
Yes, it easily breaks because yung wall tiles is more porous and cannot withstand so much pressure.
Mura like hard na ko di ay.
Yeah, dali ra ka.
Sige, sige, okay.
Na-carried away na dyan ko ni mo, Jigs. Anyway, so these are, as I've mentioned, these are both ceramic. I'll put this down.
Carefully, thank you.
Okay. And this is another similar tile. And this one is porcelain. So if you will try this one is lighter over this one. Okay. The difference now is in the body structure. This is more compressed during production over this one. So you can't hardly tell from its back, but you will know by its weight. Okay. So this one is lighter.
Asa mas bugat na niya?
The porcelain tiles. Okay. So you might want to ask, what's the difference between the two when they're both tiles? Okay. Porcelain tiles are compressed at a higher PSI compared to the ceramic tiles.
So mas ligon gyud ang porcelain tiles.
Mas ligon ang
So if you want, if you care to know, ang porcelain tiles are sturdier, will last longer than the ceramic tiles, right?
Yes. So that is why if you will notice, like, of course, a lot of homes now are using porcelain tiles, especially the polished ones. But if you will go to the shopping malls, they are using mostly, or all shopping malls now are using porcelain tiles on the floor. No more ceramic. But like, say, if we talk about 20 years ago, they are using ceramic. But they have to all change it to porcelain.
You notice the distinction. Hisgutan niya porcelain tiles for the malls, kay high traffic, high foot traffic. Kaning the other one, the ceramic, is for low traffic, like your house, for example. But if you want your floor to last a long, long time, perhaps an entire lifetime, porcelain na lang, di ba?
Of course. Better use porcelain. Although, mayroon sila mahal man, yes, but it cannot exchange. The value is actually worth it. If it's your own house and you intend to live there for many, many years, better to use porcelain. Now, another thing I'm going to show you is a comparison of porcelain tiles and ceramic tiles in different colors. So, the one on the right is ceramic. The one on the left is porcelain.
I notice nga murag brownish red ni siya, ang usa kay white. Ngano man na siya?
Okay. It actually depends on the clay, no, that they're going to use in its production. So whatever is more dominant na color nga clay, that's what they use. However, most of the red clay are being used for the ceramic. And then there is this wrong notion that the redder the tile is, the stronger it is. But actually that is not true, because most important is how the tile is being produced. So this is ceramic, lesser PSI to press, and this is porcelain, which is higher PSI to press. So now,
PSI is like the pressure, right? Pressure
When
in
you
which they
compact.
produce the tiles, right? So the higher the pressure, I guess, mas compact
mas
ang material, right?
yeah, more sturdy, more stable ang iyahang body, and then it's harder to break.
Give us an idea, kuno. These tiles look similar, Mansai. How much is this and how much is this? Would you know how much this is?
This is 33 pesos.
33 pesos?
49 pesos.
49 pesos. So gamay rig difference actually if you think about it, di ba?
That's why I brought both tiles, because they serve similar function. These are both studded. So this can be used in the service areas like kitchen, para dili siya ma-slide. So that is part of the body of the tile. So tiles karon doesn't have to be only flat. There are also mold to serve a purpose.
So what's the other S? Did we miss out already on anything else?
We talked about space, structure. Now let's talk about surface.
Surface. Okay, what are the different surfaces of tiles, right? Because there are different tiles per area of the house. Lahin ibutang nimo sa CR, sa swimming pool, sa outdoor, sa indoor, sa living room, sa kitchen. So maybe you can show us the different surfaces of tiles. Sai, go ahead.
Let's just talk about the flat surfaces, okay? I will not talk about the mold. Let's just talk about the flat surfaces. Like, this one is what we call the glossy surface.
The glossy surface. Where do you usually use a glossy surface? I imagine this in the living room, right?
No, this is for the toilet walls.
Toilet walls.
Toilet walls, yeah. But you know, in the living area, they can use this as accent wall. There are some can actually use, but generally its use is for the toilet walls. Later, I'll show you a tile for the living room.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what we call glossy. And then maybe we need to bend a little bit here. Because
What is this?
this is porcelain body, and it is called polished glaze. So they added a material on the surface so that once it is cooked, it will give you a very, very shiny surface. Okay?
So what's this usually for?
For the main floor.
Meaning the living room.
Living room, bedrooms can be used there. And there's another surface. I'm talking about the sinaw first, no, the gloss. This one naman is we call the polished surface. The way to polish this is through machine. It's grinded through machine, so there is no additive. This is the original tile that they polished.
What she's talking about is not how you're going to limpio this. What she's talking about is the process in which it was manufactured. So when you clean this one, I imagine this one to be a fairly simple thing to clean, right?
To clean a tile is very simple. Just soap and water, that's all.
Or maybe perhaps vinegar and water.
Yeah, I can also use vinegar and water, especially for the toilets when it's always wet.
All that extra tuba that you have in the house, gamitan na lang to ninyo.
Not the tuba lang, kay it's kind of dirty, you know.
Dili na pwedeng tuba. Wanga.
So Del Monte also, dato puti lang.
Sige. So, glossy surfaces,
Then we have the natural mat.
the natural mat.
Explain.
Oh, natural
So
mat.
it's natural mat.
So mat, yeah. Okay, natural mat, glossy
And
natural
we have
mat.
Textured,
Textured, okay.
so you have to feel it.
Yeah, mura siya medyo sandpaper, di ba? Medyo rough, right?
Siya.
So usually, where do you use this?
We can use it outdoor already. We can use it on the outdoor pavements. You can use this there because this is a porcelain tile. But this doesn't, so meron siyang anti-slip properties. However, if you want to be guaranteed that yung slippery is really reduced, the slipperiness of the tile is really reduced, then you have to use this one.
What's this?
This is R11.
So kani siya,
This is just R9 to 10. So,
R9 to 10, R11.
R11.
So the higher the R, the rating or the R,
anti-slip rating. That's
the rougher, the less slippery the surface is, right?
Yes.
Usually, where do you use these rough or R rough tile surfaces?
Most often they use this in areas that are always wet or that is exposed to humidity or gets wet during the rain or anywhere that easily gets wet. Like, for example,
Be big! Something big is heading your way at Cebu Home and Builder Center. It's the mid-year big sale from June 1 to 30. Big discounts on tiles, sanitary wares, and plumbing fixtures. Big discounts on chandeliers, lightings, and DIY products. Additional discounts await Sunday shoppers in all branches. So head on to Cebu Home and Builder Center in Banilan, Mactan, Consolacion, El Bacaso, and Minglanilla. For DTI Fair Trade Permit number R7 Cebu 331 series of 2021.
So there are different kinds of R's, the R9 and the R11, 12. The higher the R rating, the less slippery the surface is. And you mentioned now this is usually for areas that are moist, that require the surface to be less slippery, right? Like, for example, restaurants and maybe perhaps outdoor spaces or even comfort rooms, right? I imagine this one, di ba?
yes, even comfort rooms. Can
Maybe kanang sa shower room, di ba? Ganahan ka nga non-slippery, di ba?
shower rooms, yes, ideal.
Surfaces. After surfaces, what's the next S?
Let me just share with just one thing, another technology for anti-slipperiness because it is not rough. This one, this is also R11, but it doesn't feel rough. There is this new technology in Spain that they add to the surface that even if it gets wet, it doesn't slide or it's not slippery.
So yeah, that's right. When I felt it, dili siya rough, pero it actually has a high R rating, right?
Yes, also R11.
So I think it's crucial how the surface interacts with moisture and water, right? Usually moisture is from water. So kanisha, although it's not very rough ang yung surface, the way it interacts perhaps with moisture is what gives it a high R rating, correct?
Yes, high R rating, lesser slippery because you do not expect that the tiles aren't slippery. It depends on the volume of water, but with the rating, it can reduce the slipperiness.
Of course, of course. What's the next S of the 5 S's in our buyer's guide to tiles?
The style.
The style, of course, is important. Style is important. You don't want to go to a living room niyang itsura ng murag banyo, di ba?
Correct. You know what's so nice with ceramic tiles? The design has evolved so many ways, so many times, and now they're more innovative in using digital technology. So most of our tiles are printed using high definition inkjet printers. So it can copy or like it's just putting nature into the tiles. It becomes wood, like real wood. It becomes natural marble. It becomes a slate. Or if you want a cement-looking tile or even a fabric, it can easily be copied on the tile. So that's one reason that many designers would prefer to use tiles because of the endless possibilities of designs they can make in the spaces that are given to them.
So did we complete the 5 S's already?
There's one more,
But wait, there's one more S. What's the last S?
the size and the shape.
The size and the shape. So, nga naman nga, why will you use a big size tile And why will you use a small size tile? Nga naman, what's the reason for that? It can't be the size of the room, right? Although it's also a part of it, but why do you use bigger tiles and why do you use smaller tiles?
Let me talk about the bigger tiles because the biggest size of tile we have in our store is like a plywood. And the advantage of this is although it's big to install, but it has lesser lines. And like the place looks like a one big piece of floor. So I don't know how to explain it, but it looks wide.
Aesthetically, it looks beautiful because there are no lines to cut through your eyes, right? And when you look at a surface, like for example this, medyo naman siya lines because of the design, so medyo you feel nga it's being cut. But if it's one big surface, it looks huge, right?
Yeah, huge.
But limpyo, di ba? Limpyo, di ba?
If you see the tile at the back, that's a ceramic tile. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to use this, when are you going to use the smaller tiles? Of course, to beautify your kitchen. We have subway tiles. We have square tiles, 10 by 10. It all depends on how you want to put your heart into the design. And there's so many designs to choose from.
So depending on the kind of design that you like on your floor, you can choose the big ass, almost plywood like tile. You can choose a smaller size. I think it's all about the lines that you like to create, right? The illusion that you like to have on your floor. Because kanang floor mo good, you don't really notice a floor, right?
Yeah.
But you feel a floor. Mura siya ganing, it's like a background banga. Mura siya, you don't remember a floor, but when you look at something that above the floor,
It's an ambience to a place. So like it also like carries like parang it gives you that feeling of like if it's too dark, it's either you feel so great being a master or you feel so gloomy. Okay, that's how it is for the color and the sizes of the tile.
so those are the 5 S's, the buyer's guide to tiles. Thank you so much.
Wait,
What?
more S.
There's a few more S's. I mean,
Know the source.
akong 5 S's ra.
No, we should add this. They should know the source.
Okay.
And that's Cebu Home and Builder Center.
So you have to get it from a reputable source like Cebu Home and Builders. And if you want, you have to get it now because they're having a sale until June 30 only.
Yes, that's another S. We have a sale until June 30.
So what kind of discounts do you have for the tiles?
So it depends, no? Like we have tiles on 10%, 20, 30, and 40% discount. Mostly European tiles are on 40% discount. But there's another S.
What?
Our Sunday special. If you shop with us on a Sunday, you earn, or on top of our discounts, you get 2% discount.
So on top of the 10 to 40% discount that you'll enjoy, napag 2% discount if you shop on a Sunday.
Yes.
Are you sure there are no more S's?
Social to.
Thank you so much, Asai.
Thank you very much, Jiggy, for having us again and again and again.
Okay, that was the buyer's guide to tiles. Thank you so much. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.
It's definitely back. The Living in Style Mid-Year Big Sale is finally back. It's the biggest sale event that most furniture lovers have been waiting for. Check out their big deals on bedroom furniture pieces, bed night table, dresser, mattress, and wardrobe. Living room, sofa, coffee table, side table, carpet, accent pieces, center table, and accent chairs are on big discounts. Plus, you can get big savings on dining furniture pieces, dining table, dining chair, buffet cabinets, and more. Surely now is the right time to upgrade your space and make it your best home ever. Visit Living in Style at the second level of the Park Mall in Mandaue City, Cebu, and immerse yourself with a vast display of classic, modern, chic, and Nordic furniture pieces for DTI Fair Trade Permit number R7CEB 331 series of 2021.